how do you go from fear to relaxation with your investments? Especially if you're very stressed where to invest your money, especially when it comes to buy real estate. Um, Imagine a world where your investment grows and you can enjoy life, where you're not constantly stressed, like, have I invested in the right place? Have I spent money on the right property? Am I in the right market? Did I buy too early? Did I buy too late? You know, and not being stressed, not just from a decision making perspective, but also beyond the decision making. So you're not super worried. Have I done the right decision? And why am I addressing this? Why am I talking about this? Because I've seen this many, many times. People come, they want advice, they want to invest. And there's two types or three types or four types of investors. Like, there's the guy who makes like a quick decision super fast. He kind of lives his life like this. He makes fast decisions all the time, which is fine, which is good. Generally speaking, wealthy people make faster decisions. So if you want to be wealthier, try making faster decisions. This applies to you and to myself as well. At the same time, some people do a little bit of research, a little bit of analysis, a little bit of comparison, and they can come to a good decision. And then there are, category 3 and category 4 investors who do a lot of analysis. And a lot of analysis doesn't always lead to the best decision. Sometimes it leads to also paralysis. Sometimes people are just not in a position to then take any decision because they're super confused. Like, it's kind of like if I told you, like, if you were moving countries, and you had two options. You could move to Canada or you could move to Australia. So a lot of people from the Middle East used to, I don't think that it's the truth now, but used to immigrate for, for XYZ reasons. More money, a passport, better life, closer to relatives, closer to friends, family, the person they love, so on and so forth. And what I've seen is, if you're going down the path of trying to, let's say, assess between two countries, should it be Canada or should it be Australia? If you do an extreme level of analysis on, taxes and quality of living and, how far is each country and how much it might cost you to come over, like, some of the differences that might come up and shout out at you might be very stark. Like, for example, I'll give you an example. Let's say the Canadian tax system taxes you 40%, but the Australian taxes, I'm just giving you an example, okay? The Australian tax system taxes you maybe, I don't know, 25%. Now, what's going to happen is if you calculate this over a period of time, let's say 20 years, and you're thinking, hey, you're going to be going to one of these countries, living there for 20 years, and then you're going to go back to another country or whichever country you want to, and you're like, 15%. If you make $100,000 and you're saving $15,000 per year, okay, over 10 years, it's going to be $150,000. And then over 20 years, it's going to be $300,000. But if you were investing that money, maybe it's not $300,000, perhaps it's $1.5 million. So if you're coming out thinking, hey, if I went to Australia, if the system remains the same, I could probably make a $1.5 million more. Boom, your decision's done. If you got family in Australia, you got brother in Australia, and you're like, now it's a no-brainer. Like, you're going to pay the extra taxes just to move to a certain country if you're brothers and family, and so on and so forth. So sometimes the decisions are very stark and very easy, but the challenge sometimes comes when it's very close, neck and neck, right? And then this can lead to a lot of stress for a lot of people, like a lot of analysis, a lot of paralysis. I've seen like people absolutely paralyzed with not being able to make the right decision. I say, get on board with an expert. Let us help you. Let us guide you through the process. Okay. And just to put your fear at ease, Dubai real estate offers you peace of mind and security for a bunch of reasons. I'm going to explain to you guys why. One of the reasons is that the market, I believe, not just in the Middle East, but beyond the Middle East, is also one of the best, most regulated market. By regulation, I mean that it has a regulatory body, the Real Estate Regulatory Agency. It's there to help people invest, and it's there to protect all the stakeholders, which includes the government, the developers, the investors, the brokers, and everybody to play kind of fair in a fair way, right? There's escrow accounts in place if you're buying off plan. No, gone are the pre-2008 days when people used to buy and then, you didn't know if your money was getting used for the construction or not. So you can put your money in an escrow account, so the money is only going to be used for the escrow account. There are reputable developers who already delivered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10 projects, 20,000 apartments, 10,000 apartments, right? So when you're buying from one of these, they know what they're doing. They've done it before, right? The locations have matured. So if you're buying closer to the sea, if you're one of the last parcels of land which is close to the sea, you know that most likely there's nothing coming after that unless they build another island in the sea. But then, if they build another island, it's going to be at an equidistant from your island and it's going to be looking beautiful, right? You've got to understand the projects, do some due diligence and do some evaluation, and then have an expert guide you. So guys, keep this in mind, like these 5 things, right? It's a regulated market. It isn't the cowboy style pre-2008 days. There are escrow accounts in place to protect people. There are reputable developers who've delivered a ton of projects, so choose from them. The locations are fairly developed. I'm not going to say that the locations are fully developed and everything's done and dusted. No, Dubai still has tons of growth coming in. The locations are going to grow, so it's going to happen. But when you buy in a location of Business Bay, downtown, even Creek Harbor, you pretty much see how the community is shaping up, what's going to look like, how the view is going to be. It's very different compared to pre-2015, pre-2008, when people didn't know, right? Today, you can actually do due diligence. You can do evaluations or hire us as an expert to guide you through the process. That's quite important, guys. You've got to understand. So I think as an investor, to not have fear, to not be stressed is important. Like, how can your investment lead you down that path and not be stressed? So that you can, because at the end of the day, what's the goal of actually investing? You're trying to make money, and then what do you want to do with that money? Maybe you want to travel. Maybe you want a better future for your children. Maybe you want to do some philanthropic charity work. Maybe you want to travel. Maybe I've said travel already. Maybe you just want to have fun. Maybe you want to buy a lot of toys, like, boy toys like jet skis and cars and bikes and yachts and mega yachts, right? Maybe you want to give money to your parents, to your family, to your siblings, right? So the idea is that you want to do all of this, which would give you peace, inner peace, fun, joy, enjoyment, but you want to do it in a stress-free environment. Dubai offers you that, okay? There's like 10 other things that can tell you, like the infrastructure, the airline, the country, the stability, the government, the currency pegged to the dollar, so you're not losing money when you're selling. And all of these are part and parcel of the entire picture of Dubai. The idea is for you to be able to understand that when you're investing, you should have peace, relaxation, and not be extremely fearful of the way you're investing. Hope this makes sense. Stick around, hit the like, subscribe, and bell icon so that others can also see this video. If you'd like to work with us to buy a property, there's a link below. You can actually click it, fill up a form, and then work together with me and my team of advisors. And, if you got a question, if you disagree with me, if you got to offer an opinion, I'm more than happy to take your opinion. And then, I'm not going to debate you, but if I disagree, I will let you know. All right, ciao for now.